conversation with Dr.Aki.
Yep.
Okay.
감사합니다 for coming.
감사합니다.
Okay, let's go. Dr. Jae, thanks so much for joining us. And share with me where you originally from, what kind of background you have, Dr. Jae.
Okay, so I was born and raised in South Korea, and then I moved to the States for my undergrad and chiropractic school. So I was in the Midwest for all my degrees, and I got here in Hawaii to practice constant chiropractic, foundational correction with Dr. Aki.
Awesome. And share with me about the background, because you are not only living in South Korea, but you are actually living in somewhere else in Asia when you are growing up, right?
Oh yeah. So I finished my elementary school and first year middle school in South Korea, and then I went to Singapore to learn Chinese and English. So that's where I start learning foreign languages. Yeah, and then there are a lot of more story, but make it short. I finally come here to practice chiropractic.
So, Dr. J, you speak, right, English, Korean, and
Chinese.
Chinese. What kind of Chinese?
Mandarin Chinese I speak.
Mandarin Chinese. So, 3 languages.
Yes.
Just like me, right? English, Japanese, poquito, solamente, Spanish, maybe. Poquito.
Oh, if they count, I can speak Spanish too.
Oh, yeah?
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Okay. I didn't know. So, you are like trilingual, but quadrilingual doctors. Okay,
Yes.
that's cool. Okay, I like it. So you are originally from South Korea. You living in Singapore, learning English and Chinese, Mandarin, right? Then came to the States, Midwest area. So what was the journey and how the studying in Midwest turning into the chiropractic, doctor of chiropractic degree?
Well, in my undergrad, I actually started with business major. But after a couple of years of business major, I figured out, I feel myself, this is not mine that, make a fire in my heart. So I was looking for something else to, dedicate myself to help people. And that's what I feel the joy all the time. So I found a chiropractor. So I want to become a chiropractor. So I got into chiropractic school. And then my first year, I learned about constant chiropractic, which foundational chiropractic is based on. So yeah, that make a big life changes for me. So I knew right away, okay, this is mine. I can do this to help people, and I can be happy with that. I love my job. So yeah, that's how I started.
Good. So it's really matched with your heart, passion,
Yeah,
right?
my passion.
Because, business, nothing is wrong, nothing is right or wrong about the business, but you want to help people. That's why you want it to be some sort of caring people or a doctor, something like that. Out of all the doctor degree we have, medical doctor, pharmacist, physical therapist, why chiropractic? Why you chose to be a chiropractor?
Okay. Well, first of all, I'm afraid of the blood. Just kidding.
No, that's fair. Some people don't like the blood, don't like the needle, cutting, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
Who would like it, right?
Yeah. I don't like the blood. Yeah.
And actually, when I was young, I was raised by my grandmother, who I love the most in the world. And she raised me. She carried me all the time. So her back or her entire body is aching all the time. And she doesn't like the surgeries or injection as well, because that's just like for most people, it's like a big fear to them having a surgery. So what made me to do a chiropractic is because it's a very natural way without any surgery or injection. So to help my grandma and someone like my grandma, I decided to go with be a chiropractor.
Our story is go around the grandma or grandpa, right? Then Kenji, you know my story. Maybe Dr. J, you might know the story as well. Like my grandfather, especially my father's side, like he was like working hard, and he was a farmer. Then he was working till the last day of his life. 94 years old, right? Then to me, those grandma or grandpa's story kind of inspire me. And the reason why we do what we do right here at the Cornerstone is coming from that. It's kind of like, interesting to see that how grandma or family member involved of our career or our calling or our life purpose. Then, I went back to Japan, right? Then grandpa passed away like several years ago at the age of 94. And I was like, man, I want to live until the day of, so to speak, right? So that inspired me. But another inspiration coming from grandma is now 94 years old, right? Then I was like, whew, that's up there, right? Then what I noticed is grandma is super forgetful. Then you and me know this, knowing about the neurology, how important body movement is, how important these, communication is, and that help us to continue to keep our brain sharp. So after explaining my Taiyo, Taisei, Taiki, my three sons' name more than 20 times to my grandma, because grandma is crazy forgetful, right? I kind of like, get convicted that, man, we want to take care of, people as much as possible so that they're not going to be forgetful, right? When your body is moving good, your brain is continuously stimulated, you are less likely to get the dementia or Alzheimer or forgetfulness. So I really want to point it out to you how, our life is, coming around the grandma, grandpa, and kind of like, camaraderie is going on between you and me. You can talking trash for this.
Okay. Okay.
Go for it.
All right. So, well, outside of the States, well, let's talk about Korea first. So, there is no chiropractor there. I mean, I'll say chiropractors are not doctor there. So it's so since it's such a small country, small market. So it's hard to chiropractor. It's hard to be a doctor, become a doctor there. So a lot of like political issues going on, a lot of like business going on. So, but then people still, some of people, the medical doctors or Korean traditional doctors, they practice some sort of chiropractic or manipulation, and then they say it's a chiropractic. But we know as learn from the States where the chiropractic started. We know it's different. It's not how we adjust, but it's more like how we analyze and find the cause and how to approach from that. Not just crack and go,
right,
twist and things like that. So that's the major difference.
You almost like a similar, right? Korea or Japan. I think Korea is illegal, right?
Illegal.
Unless you have a physical therapy license or a medical doctor's license and quote unquote, I can practice chiropractic, right? In Japan, we don't have any law. So, anybody on the street can be a chiropractor as well. That's how, not established in our home motherland, so to speak.
Yeah.
Right? So I bet you that, that how that background is affecting about your passion or like, hey, I want to share this. Share with me a little bit more.
All right. Kind of a little weird, but I know that's kind of like tough, field, tough population that I make them convince and tell them what is the real chiropractic is. I know it's tough, but that's why I want to try and make them spread what chiropractic is, what the real chiropractic is, and let them know what that is, what is wrong, what is right. It just fire my heart to fight against them.
Adversity, right?
Yes.
Well, we have a big enemy. We gotta fight against. Oh, then you can be honest, right? If I ask that question exactly, like we take care of so many different patients. Like who is your favorite patient, right? Then who is a patient who maybe whom you have a hard time to work with?
Okay. So my favorite patient is patient. All right. So
patient. Oh, good
yeah,
one.
yeah.
Oh,
The
yeah. Write it down. Yeah.
the good listener. So there's no surgeries or injection with us. So all the natural way. So we're pretty much guiding and helping with the healing journey, healing process of the patient. So there must be difference. It takes some time, because we're approaching from the cause to the symptom. Unlike the medical doctors or other, the medication, they're working the symptom, so effect to the cause. So it's like a different direction we go. So that's why there must be some take some time to have some changes. Well,
Right.
of course, depends on the what the problem is though, but. Yeah, that's why I want. I love. Well, I prefer. Well, I love the patient who is patient and love to learn, and who are interested in the health and their family health and entire community health. So yeah, that's my ideal patient.
Patient, right? The heal. We know this, right? Healing takes time, especially when it comes to that natural healing or get into the root cause of the problem. Cause of the problem might be existing for a long, long time. But in order for us to have a symptom, right, we need to have a quite a bit long journey about the breakdown. Then when breakdown is severe enough, now pain starts, tingling starts,
Yes.
discomfort starts, right? We know that, but you love the patient. I love
Yes.
that. Who is a patient you have a hard time to work with? Be honest.
Yeah. So pretty much opposite.
Yeah.
So, well, people think chiropractic is the pain doctor, low back pain doctor, neck pain doctor, headache doctor. Of course, we can expect to have that symptom get better, so pain get better. But always telling the patient the best way to take care of your pain is go and get the painkiller. But then
Yeah.
it is true. But you better know that. Well, so you want to get pain free or you want to be healthy. Yeah. Right. So patient whoever doesn't understand about that and just want to be a pain free, those patients having a hard time to make them convinced and make them understand that.
Right,
So,
right, yeah.
Yes.
Hey, it's painful. Hey, can you crack my neck? And maybe
Yeah.
I can feel better.
Yes.
I'm good at this, right? Yeah. Is there any moment like you encounter those people and "Hey, doc, I still have back pain going on, like I don't think your work is working. How do you approach that? I mean that's real. Be real, right?
Yeah.
Healing takes time, and sometimes even though you're doing a meticulous specific work, it's not up to us to decide when discomfort gonna go away. So how you communicate with that?
So far, I've never
Do you give up?
given up. Yeah, so
No.
far because but even though just the feeling wise, or patient feeling wise, it could get better by 100% or could get better by 50% or 0% at all. But also after initial phase of the care, we take the X-ray again, see what's the structure changes, and during their examination, not only take their feeling changes, but also we take their functional changes. And
Right.
I've never seen someone has like zero change among everything there. So I never give up. At least, I can show them what's the changes. And even though they if they have like bad changes, I can. It's a good thing. I can tell them we need to be improved more. So we can work on that point. Yeah.
Because you do objective analysis. Not only we are definitely we want to help them to feel good, but we don't stop that. Like we do a nervous scope to take a look at the temperature, and we do take a foundational X-ray to see, hey, that curvature got a little bit better, or that curvature got minimized. Right? We are working on the objective data. I often hear the analogy something like just because your weight is not changing doesn't mean your sweat you perceive how do you say it? Your sweat you get at the gym is meaningless, right? It's meaningful, right? Oh yeah, my weight is not changing. I'm sweating crazy. I'm pumping my iron, right? But I don't feel difference. My weight is still same weight. what the heck, but the process you are doing, more meticulous way for the foundational correction, that definitely matter, right?
Yes.
You are new to the Oahu, right?
Yes.
So we want to kind of get to know you. What's something about you lots of people don't know?
Well, I pretty much open most of myself, but well, if there's something special about me, then I'll say compared to my age, I have a lot of like different experience because I've traveled a lot of different countries in the world,
Yep.
and I have experienced serving in the Korean Navy for a couple of years. So
Ooh, Korean Navy.
yeah, so
Oh, wow.
I have a pretty
You're
good.
old.
Yeah, I have good chat with some the military patients coming in, and well, recently have a patient, from Navy, and we had a really good chat about like how the, it's not a top secret, but how
Yeah.
the structure looks like,
submarine
submarines,
or,
and
the
things like
shipyard
that.
or-
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's a fun time to recall that memories, but yeah. So I'll say yeah, a lot of well exposed to a lot of different cultures and experience. That's what makes me special, I think.
Cool. Do you want to know my secret?
What's your secret?
My secret. Lots of people don't know. Dr. Aki's shoulder. You can zoom in right now if you want to, or we can take the B-roll right here. I am actually missing the maybe quarter inch of clavicle, collarbone on my left side. I'm missing it. So my my clavicle is not attached to the scapula the way it's supposed to be. Because I try to show off in the indoor soccer, right? Then it's a perfect ball comes, right? Indoor soccer, right? And I completely want to do a bicycle kick, right? Goal is over there, right? And I did it. I missed that, right? Now, lots of people don't realize is indoor soccer under the artificial turf, there is a cement. I landed on my shoulder. I did the compound fracture and community fracture. Literally, like my end of the clavicle, the collarbone burst. Then make it as a piece. So what surgeon did is take all the pieces out. So when I touch the collarbone right here, there is a dip, because I'm missing the quarter inch of clavicle. Lots of people don't know. Children don't show off. So we talk about the chiropractic, right? We talk about the foundational correction through Gunstick chiropractic. Tell me a little bit more. Why you are so obsessive about the foundational correction through Gunstick chiropractic? Why? Because we have 200 different techniques out there, right? We just talk about like some chiropractor doing a crack and go kind of things. We are different. Right?
Yep, we're different.
Then you are so obsessive, passionate about this, what we call foundational correction through Gunstick chiropractic. Tell me why? Why?
Okay, so first of all, it's a full spine analysis. So for example, so if you come with a, well, I don't want to talk about, like, I don't want to emphasize the pain, but if you come with a low back pain, it could happen from your ankle, from your knee, from your pelvis, or just the low back itself, or even from your skull or neck. We never know. That's why we're not just only focus on see what's going on and treating the low back itself, but we see the entire structure of the human body, and we find the cause from like entire structure, because our body is super complicated. It's all connected together. So there are a lot of compensation going on. So yeah, it's not that simple to work with the body. That's why this is really makes sense to me, and it's really specific to me. And also Gonstead chiropractic and the foundational correction, we work at the disc, right? So which means we work at the disc and the nerve. So we work both neurologically and mechanically. So not only just affecting our motion, but also we help with a lot of organ function as well, which makes so special.
Yep. So we are not just symptom management, but we see people as a wholeness through the foundational correction. Because we do a meticulous analysis, like nervous scope to take a look at the temperature, the neuromotion analysis to see how the spinal disc is moving or not moving, then confirm it's foundational X-ray.
Yes.
So we are not like, tunnel vision, right? We do the entire wholeness, because that's the definition of health. Health is the definition of health. Is not like, just specific, but wholeness.
Holistic.
I enjoy this. Yeah.